Today has been a crazy Monday so far, to say the least. It is June 1st, 2026. Not because of that, but because of all this behind-the-scenes stuff that I now need to accomplish, plus a whole lot of learning overall. I didn't even eat breakfast this morning, and usually I'm the guy that goes, "Hey, don't be one of those people that doesn't eat breakfast." All right, but I mean, you do you. You do you. But for me, it's like I got to have my three square meals a day. Well, that was the case until I started taking this GLP-1, and I don't necessarily feel all that hungry at certain points like I used to. Like today, for example, all of a sudden, it was almost noon, and I hadn't eaten anything. So we, of course, did the noon hour of madness and mayhem. As soon as that was over, I went to a place, got myself some veggies, some protein, some complex carbs, and the rice and all of that, a kale crunch salad. Like I said, I've changed my diet completely. I told Victor I haven't had a fast food burger in like a few weeks. Same goes for soda, anything with like crazy amounts of sugar. That's all cut out. Bread overall has been cut out as well. Trying my best to kind of change my life, turn my life around, so to speak. If you want to get a hold of me, you can over at 208-535-1015. Justin from 105 The Hawk, he heard about my diet change and was nice enough to give me a whole lot of protein shakes and a whole lot of protein bars. So I was eating multiple of those every single day for the past, I think, 2 weeks now. And I woke up Saturday morning. There was a time when, in this moment, the funeral portrait, Dayseeker, and Dead came to the Mountain America Center. And around that time was when I had this really bad lower right back hip injury. It was almost like the nerve was completely messed up. It was awful. I could barely walk. I couldn't sit down and then stand up, sit down and then stand up. It was tough to transition between the two. I somehow made it through the concert and all of that. Lee Jennings of the Funeral Portrait, the whole band, the whole Funeral Portrait, saw me like walk with a limp outside to go grab them, bring them into the studio. It was awful. That pain came back. Not as bad this time, though. And I'm like, what's happening? Like, why did this get aggravated again? Why did this get re-aggravated? And I remembered my mom told me that she has a problem with anything with sucralose in it whatsoever. Anything with sucralose in it at all, she can't have because it messes with her nerve endings. Well, I decided to take a look at the ingredients in the protein shakes and the protein bars, both of which contain sucralose. So I got all this free protein stuff, all these free things to help me. They now have to be donated to the break room fridge, I guess, because I don't necessarily want to throw them away. I'll just send out an all-staff email. Hey, if you want to pack on some muscle, there you go. There's protein shakes and protein bars in the fridge, because I can't have them because of that dang sucralose. It's weird. Like, I stopped taking them all together since Saturday, and I feel better. My back's not hurting as bad, which is funny that that one thing affects me so much. I don't know why, but it does. But I talked to my mom even more about it. She's like, yeah, a lot of that protein stuff has sucralose in it. So now I got to keep my eye out for that. Other than that, it was a pretty successful weekend, other than the fact that the live remote, everything that went wrong with trying to get the breaks on the air. I got to give a huge thank you to Victor and also Jade, of course, for helping me out with that. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been able to hop on the air from the gun shop. Shout out to Lacey winning the Camp Chef DLX pellet grill. Also shout out to D Sheepskin winning the tickets to go see Papa Roach set it off in Autumn Kings live at the Port July 23rd. I'll talk about some other stuff coming up here in just a few right here on Peach's Pit Party. It's K-Bear 101. So starting today, we are giving away tickets to one of the biggest shows, I would say, of the fall. It's going to be October 20th, I think. October 20th or October 21st. You think I would have the date pulled up here because you think I'd be ready to talk about this kind of thing. But no, of course not. Let me go to our concert calendar, riverbendmediagroup.com/calendar. Okay, let me search here. Okay, it is the 20th. Hollywood Undead and In This Moment with I See Stars, Vanna, Melrose Avenue, October 20th, the Complex in Salt Lake City. If you want to win tickets for that show, listen all this week for that cue to call. We'll ask you to be caller whatever. And then you got to be that correct caller at 208-535-1015 to win tickets to that awesome show. Again, In This Moment, Hollywood Undead, I See Stars, Vanna, Melrose Avenue, live at the Complex, October 20th. Win those tickets before you can even buy them by listening this entire week. Right now, it's Poppy, New Way Out on K-Bear 101. This Saturday, all of a sudden became extremely busy for me, which is great because usually on the weekends I have absolutely nothing to do besides, clean up my apartment or go to the gym, that kind of thing. Well, we got the Idaho Falls Farmers Market this Saturday. Josh from Classy 97, he is going to have a giant pile of tickets for the 27th Annual Second Chance Prom, of course, happening at the waterfront at Snake River Landing Saturday night from 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. If you go by our little Riverbend Media Group tent and see Josh, he'll give you however many tickets you need as long as, while supplies last. That kind of thing gets you into the prom for free rather than spending $10 at the door or online. You can buy your tickets now if you'd like at klce.com, or you can use the link within the app, the K-Bear app or the Alt app or the Cannonball 101 app. It's on all three of them. It's a Second Chance Prom right there on the menu. We'll also be collecting donations for the Snake River Animal Shelter. Now, I don't have a complete list exactly of what they're in crucial need of, but when it comes to an animal shelter, I feel like most people already know what to donate. Things like dog food, beds, blankets, definitely anything pet care related. Bring it by the tent. It will be greatly appreciated. Again, the Idaho Falls Farmers Market this Saturday. I believe it's open from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Josh will be there in the morning. I'll be there for the rest of the afternoon. And then I got to go back to my place, take a short break, and then go right back to the waterfront for the Second Chance Prom. Yeah, it's gonna be a fun time though. Gonna be a fun Saturday. So it's summertime. Got to go outside and enjoy it while the nice weather's here. That's what I was trying to say. It's Peach's Pit Party on K-Bear 101. Every single time I either go back home to Southern California or my friends come out to here, my friend Matt specifically, he's the guy that always wants to go to the next lake, the next body of water, the next natural water source. And I'm always the guy that's like, hey, I don't want to swim in natural waters. I'd much rather go to a pool full of like chemicals or even a nice saltwater pool. That's nice. I was just looking here. Maybe I should send Matt this article talking about how Environment America's latest Safe for Swimming report finds that 61% of coastal and Great Lake beaches had potentially unsafe bacteria levels, or at least one day in 2024. And the contamination often comes from sewage overflows. Polluted runoff. The Gulf Coast had the highest percentage of contaminated beaches in 2024, followed by the West Coast and then the Great Lakes. Health experts warn swimming in contaminated water can lead to stomach illness, rashes, respiratory issues, all that stuff you wouldn't deal with swimming in a pool, unless that person, if you're at somebody's house or you had a pool party for whatever reason, that's somebody else's house, and there's someone there that's just extremely dirty for no reason. You might want to watch out for them. But that's about it. There's no weird algae at the bottom. There's no weird fish that could be in there touching you, spreading disease. I'm not necessarily a germaphobe, but I'm like, anything underwater that's like slimy and weird, and if it's alive too, freaks me out. Here's Muse, Cryogen on K-Bear 101. The San Antonio Spurs, they punched their ticket to the NBA Finals on Saturday, knocking out the defending champion Oklahoma City Thunder. Fans of the Spurs, of course, are happy, and so is one bettor who cashed in on an epic parlay worth nearly $2 million. Back on Valentine's Day, this guy picked a $2,500 four-leg parlay with plus 68,528 odds. He needed Michigan to win the men's college basketball title. Then he needed the U.S. men's hockey team to win the gold medal at the 2026 Winter Olympics. Next up, the New York Knicks needed to win the Eastern Conference. At this point, the guy could have cashed out at more than $500,000. He declined the offer and is now sitting with a cool $1.71 million thanks to the Spurs taking care of business. Basketball fans are still talking about NBA Commissioner Adam Silver's big idea to use an AI automated system to review out-of-bounds calls. This would supposedly allow referees to spend more time and attention dealing with subjective calls like fouls and flopping. There's been a big focus on the flopping problem during the playoffs because of the success of Oklahoma City Thunder's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, a notorious flopper. In pro football news, San Francisco 49ers tight end George Kittle has heard all the talk about the NFL expanding their schedule to 18 games, and he has two ideas that will make his union go along with it. First is another bye week. He says this season is too long as it is. Kittle said they add an extra game for more TV stuff, which, hey, I get it, makes everyone more money. If you're going to add an 18th game, you got to add an extra bye. Second is some extra cash. They added the 17th game, and you don't get paid any more money. Your paycheck just gets cut in extra time, so you're making 17 paychecks instead of 16. If you bumped up the payment a little bit for the last game, I think guys would be more interested in that, which I think is funny because, they ought to make too much money, I feel like. As pro athletes, they all of them make way too much money. Too much, especially basketball. The new basketball contracts are utterly ridiculous. That does it for your Shot Clock Sports Update right here on K-Barrel 101. Maybe I should have included this in the Shot Clock Sports Update. This mountain climber by the name of Tyler Andrews. He's broken a 23-year-old speed record on Mount Everest, cutting over an hour off the previous time, climbing from Everest Base Camp to the ultimate summit. With the help of supplemental oxygen, Andrews completed the brutal ascent in a staggering 9 hours, 55 minutes. It beat the 2003 record of 10 hours, 56 minutes held by, oh boy, how do I say this name? Lahakpa Gulu Sherpa. Did I just cast a spell? Lahakpa Jelu Sherpa. I just butchered that name in its entirety. I apologize. I just can't imagine. How tall again is Mount Everest? It's too tall. That's what it is. Mount Everest. Again, what is the whole point of climbing Mount Everest? Give me the height in feet. There it is. 29,029 feet. Gives me the whole thing in meters. I'm like, come on. This is America. Give it to me in feet, Just the mountain itself. It looks like the view from up there. You can Google search POV top of Mount Everest. Rather than going up yourself, you can just Google it, not have to save yourself the trouble of climbing nearly 30,000 feet. Man, look at this ascent. Look at these people. They got the giant gear on. They look like hazmat suits. And they got the walking sticks. You're climbing up a near vertical wall. Oh, it's just too much, man. Why do this to yourself? Why? I ask that every time. Here's Autumn Keynes on K-Bear 101. It's Peach's Pit Party. It's Peach's Pit Party right here on K-Bear 101. There's an interesting article talking about how a lot of people looking for jobs right now feel like they're sending out application after application, hearing absolutely nothing back. And if you looked for a job recently, you've probably heard somebody say, I've applied to 50 places. I've applied to 100 places. I've applied everywhere. The job market is in a weird spot where unemployment is still relatively low, but hiring has slowed down. Companies are being more selective. Entry-level workers are facing more competition than ever. AI, automated screening systems, employers wanting more experience for entry-level jobs aren't helping either. And that's why local opportunities matter. Instead of throwing your resume into a giant internet black hole and hoping somebody notices it 6 months later, there are companies right here in East Idaho actively looking for great people. That's where HireEastIdaho.com comes in. And this week's Hire East Idaho Job of the Week is with Snake River Physical Therapy in Idaho Falls. They're hiring a physical therapist or a physical therapist assistant for their growing outpatient orthopedic and pelvic health clinic. They're looking for somebody energetic, personable, passionate about helping patients get back to doing the things they love. The position offers competitive pay, flexible scheduling, attainable bonuses, and something everybody seems to be searching for these days, a healthy work-life balance. If you're licensed in Idaho and looking for a healthcare career where you can make a real difference in people's lives, this could be a fantastic opportunity. Check it out now at HireEastIdaho.com. And while you're there, browse hundreds of other local opportunities from local companies. Hire East Idaho, connecting people with opportunity, free for job seekers, and new jobs added all the time. I'm doing this weird thing here in the studio where I'm trying to take a picture of the back of my head because it feels like it's all cut up because I shaved my head last night. I think back there I was just like, let me get this over with. And I went up and down with the razor like a moron and just cut myself completely. This is why you should be smart with a razor. This is why in second grade they tell you, hey, walk with scissors with the blade in your hand, and you walk with your arm all the way out, and then you safely hand it to the next person, or you put it on the desk wherever you can put the scissors. Be safe with blades. You don't want to end up like me cutting the back of your head. Well, I didn't even use scissors for my head. It was just a Harry's razor that must have nicked myself or something back there. It feels weird. I'm gonna get a better picture, hopefully. I was doing that right as all of a sudden I had to hop on air here to talk about the Idaho Falls Community Hospital Riverfest, presented by ICCU and Riverbend Media Group. It's back. The Stone's Kia Kids Zone, all-day wristbands, just $10. The ultimate 4th of July celebration. Take a test drive in a new Can-Am from Rev Motorsports in the off-road demonstration area. They're going to have those misting stations again because, the 4th of July is usually pretty hot. Those misting stations come in handy. They help out quite a lot. When the sun goes down, enjoy the largest fireworks show west of the Mississippi, the Melaleuca Freedom Celebration. Celebrating 250 years of the United States of America this year, 2026. It's going to be a big one. I have a good feeling it's going to be pretty big. For this event, though, they do ask that they do want to say, hey, wear sunblock. We don't want to see you get severely burnt walking around Snake River Landing. Drink plenty of water. I've seen people in the past just show up completely dehydrated. One person passed out one year. Don't bring your dog because fireworks, you don't want your dog to be terrified. No motorized vehicles, including rental scooters. Last year there were so many people that just brought scooters for no reason. It's like, come on. It says right there in the rules. Don't have none of those around. Earplugs for the kiddos for the fireworks, tons of food vendors, etc. Also, what's different this year is there's no RV camping. The official statement: to better serve attendees, available space at Snake River Landing will be used to expand general parking and improve event access. Overnight RV parking will not be offered for the 2026 celebration. Guests planning to attend with an RV are encouraged to make alternative arrangements in advance. You can read the full notice at freedomcelebration.com. That's freedomcelebration.com. It is now Shinedown. They just released their latest album, 8, this past Friday. Here's a track off of that, Safe and Sound on K-Barrow 101. Limp Bizkit on K-Barrow 101. It's Idaho's only rock station. When you're a teenager and your parents allow you to stay home, be at home by yourself, it's kind of nice because you don't have the calamity of family taking up space. You get the whole house to yourself. You're like, this is what it's like to live on my own. This is peaceful. But then you try getting away with things that you normally wouldn't get away with if your parents were home, right? Like you try looking into things, that kind of thing. It's almost a thrilling adventure to go into your parents' room and start digging around, and then you find something that you regret finding, that kind of thing. But anyway, what I was trying to get at here is that I have access to my parents' Amazon account, my family's Amazon account, and I'm trying to figure out if this is for either one of my parents or this is for my parents' pet tortoise by the name of Sheldon, who he's 55 years old. And he might not be able to control his bladder. I did see there was an order for diapers on my parents' Amazon account. And I don't necessarily want to call them out because I get it, as you age, you kind of lose control of things, that kind of thing. But at the same time, it's like, it had me thinking, are my parents, are they just getting that old now? Have they reached that age where they have to get something like that to control themselves, or is it for Sheldon, who will just go wherever he wants in the backyard? Like, he's not in the house, he just roams the backyard. I would think it's maybe not for him because, like I said, he could just go right there on the grass and everything is fine. Why would they want to put a diaper on him? Maybe because they want to bring him inside, have him roam the house with a little diaper on. Kind of adorable, actually, but still, it's like the modern day. Just go finding something. finding what's been ordered on like your family's Amazon account, it makes you ask things like that. I don't know where I was going with this. I apologize. Here's Theory of a Dead Man Barricade on K-Barrel 101. One of our loyal listeners called into the show at 208-535-1015 and was chatting with me earlier about my new diet. How I'm trying to... no, I'm not trying to. I've dropped bread entirely. I've dropped bread. I've dropped sugar from like candy. I haven't eaten any candy in a few weeks. I also haven't had soda. Haven't had anything from... Oh, I mean, I've had a few Taco Bell stops here and there, but nothing like I used to. I haven't had a cheeseburger or a burger of any kind in a long while, too. It's been pretty easy, actually, committing to this. Like, the worst part about it is trying to plan your next meal. I feel like that's where the obstacle lays. And also just the determination. Actually, there's a lot of elements to failing this, you know. You got to have determination. You got to be consistent with it. You got to keep going, even if you don't see results. I'm an impatient person. I'm like looking myself in the mirror. It doesn't help that I positioned this certain mirror that's been in my place for the past couple of months. It used to be in my bedroom behind the door, so I would barely see it. I stationed it towards this certain wall, whereas when I wake up in the morning, again, this is something you don't want to imagine. I wake up in the morning, I sleep in my boxers. I open my bedroom door, I go towards the bathroom, which is on the way to the mirror. So I see myself in my boxers. I'm like, wow, this diet really isn't working. I still look like a cupcake. I still look like Fat Larry Bird. You know, I need to fix this. But then I realized, oh yeah, it takes like weeks upon weeks. That's why you see these 90-day transformations. I was just talking with that listener on the phone because he was telling me, he's like, yeah, we live in like a dye-free house. And he was telling me about produce that when you go to the grocery store and if you see a 9 on the sticker, like if you see the number 9 in the very beginning part there, it starts with 9 and there's 5 digits in total. That means it's organic. If it doesn't have that 9 there, that means it's been sprayed with all these pesticides and all of that. Now, again, that's from a listener. I don't know how credible that is. I don't necessarily want to give that out as advice. I'm just saying I heard it from a listener. And now I told him, I was like, dude, you're going to have me staring at fruit at the grocery store. Like, someone's bound to see me holding a bushel of bananas going, is this organic? Where's the number 9? This one gave me a good laugh because for the last 2 years, we've been hearing AI is going to replace everybody. AI is going to save companies tons of money. AI is the future. And now some of the biggest tech companies on earth are apparently looking at the bill and going, okay, hold on a second. According to recent reports, companies are discovering that using AI at scale can get really expensive. Microsoft, Uber, and others have reportedly started questioning whether all this AI usage is actually producing enough value to justify the costs. Some companies even blew through AI budgets much faster than expected, which is hilarious because, again, we've spent months hearing AI will replace humans. Now somebody in accounting is going, hey, humans are cheaper. That's a plot twist nobody saw coming. Some employees got so obsessed with using AI for everything that companies started dealing with massive token bills. One report even describes workers using AI for unnecessary tasks just to boost usage metrics. I asked AI to rewrite an email 6 different ways and generate a haiku about lunch for no reason at all. Imagine that. Oh, man, that's great. I was reading something on Reddit not that long ago, too, about how there are companies out there right now doing massive AI layoffs, just getting rid of everything, going back to human. I feel like now would be a good time to play More Human Than Human from White Zombie, but I guess we'll play this song instead from The Who featuring Johnny Hawkins, Lost Soul on Peach's Pit Party. Today's What the Headline comes from Florida. A 79-year-old man has been arrested after neighbors say he repeatedly wandered around his apartment complex wearing nothing but a thong and making inappropriate gestures. You know you're having a rough day when the police report starts sounding like Never mind. According to police, multiple residences complained about the man's behavior, which allegedly included exposing himself in common areas, even directing lewd gestures towards a neighbor's doorbell camera. Imagine just opening up the Ring doorbell cam. You got the app on your phone. Whoa! I think my favorite part of the story is that when officers showed up, he reportedly answered the door wearing only a G-string thong and immediately started explaining Florida law. But he skipped right past embarrassment, went directly to legal defense. I think he said something like, "It's my God-given right to walk around like this." Another character they got to add to GTA 6. All right, that's today's What the Headline right here on K-Barrel 101. So there's this report out saying that garbage trucks are literally being damaged and catching fire because people keep tossing old car batteries and lithium batteries into the trash. In one case, a garbage truck in Texas suffered major damage. In other incidences, batteries ignited inside garbage trucks started fires. I don't understand how people are looking at a giant car battery and thinking, well, that's the same category as banana peel. Let's just throw it away. A garbage truck's entire job is to crush things. A battery's entire preference is not being crushed. Those two things were never meant to meet. When batteries get punctured or crushed, they can leak chemicals, spark, catch fire incredibly fast. Also, most places will literally take them. Auto parts stores, recycling centers, hazardous waste drop-off sites. There are options everywhere. Some places will even give you money or a credit for bringing the old battery back. Some guy standing next to a dumpster going, "Problem solved." Imagine being the garbage truck driver. You're having a normal day, collecting trash, listening to us potentially. Then suddenly the back of your truck turns into a Michael Bay movie. Somebody threw away the battery the size of a bowling ball. Boom, flames, everything. The craziest part is this keeps happening. Not once, not twice, multiple incidences in the same week. So if you've got an old car battery sitting in the garage, don't throw it in the dumpster, all right? Take it somewhere that actually wants it. Your garbage collector, your city, and your local fire department would all appreciate the effort. Wow, so with our new gym memberships, we get 2 free training sessions, and I was texting the programs director over there, and she was telling me the availability of one of their trainers. And she was like, "Yeah, we have an opening for Wednesday at 5 a.m. I go, "You know what? I'll do it." Mamba mentality, why not? Oh man, I'm going to regret that so bad. I'm going to wake up Wednesday morning by my alarm at like 4:30 and go, "What on earth am I doing?" I think Victor gets up at that time. I'll text him and freak him out. He's like, "Peaches, what are you doing up?" And I just go, "I'm making myself better. I'm going to go become sore for the rest of the day and then be even more tempted to fall asleep during the middle of the day." But you know what? It's all about that grind. Oh man, I'm going to be so tired that day. I'm going to sound like Victor the entire show, complaining that my stomach hurts, everything hurts, I'm tired. I'm just warning you now, okay? Thanks for listening to Peach's Pit Party, the podcast. If you enjoyed the show, please share, subscribe, and rate the podcast. Peach's Pit Party is hosted by me, Peaches, a.k.a. Brendan Peach, and is a production of Riverbend Media Group. For more information or to contact the show, visit riverbendmediagroup.com. Until next time, Peach out.